know what? I have to be honest with you. I will say if my husband wasn't that way and he's like you're either on the train or you off. Because fact of the matter is we're in Atlanta with beautiful, beautiful black women. These girls got a bag that I got kids. Some of these
Yeah.
women don't have no kids.
Yeah.
I came over there and really started messing up the house and running up the light bill.
Yeah.
Like you could do without that realistically. Like you got to understand your position.
You cold.
This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.
I ain't got no strip or none of that shit. I just
That's
started
fine.
up.
Everything I do is improv.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just started up. I got Mandalay with me, Perspektives. What this is I just started a new podcast. I just bring people on. Like, we're not talking facts. I do big facts with Jade and Scream, you know what I'm saying? Like, we more factual. Right here, we just tell our perspective.
Right.
Like how we think from, you know what I'm saying? How I think. Do you get upset about another person's perspective?
No, I love that. I think that's why I'm as open as I am because I love to hear it. You got to move your mind around a little bit.
Okay.
I'm very open-minded. Very.
Have you always been like that?
No.
Me neither. How you get there? Is that where peace come from?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe so.
I had spent some time alone, especially when I was traveling, and I was completely by myself. And then I didn't like feeling so frustrated and angry all the time. So then I figured me out. And once you figure yourself out, you can hear what everybody else has to say because you're not so stuck on what everybody taught you. You know what I mean? So,
For people don't know you, who are you? Where you from? What you do?
I do a lot these days. I'm from Florida. I'm a nurse. I moved out here to do acting. I like reading, which is where I get a lot of my open-mindedness from. And I'm just happy.
How you find it happening? Did you find it happening when you moved here, or was you?
I would say before I moved here, as soon as I started traveling and being alone. And then when I came here, I started reading more, and then it was easier. I don't like the noise of the world so much. So once you learn to quiet the noise of the world out of your mind, you'll be so much more peaceful.
You married, single, divorced, or fuck these niggas?
I just got married.
Oh, you just got married?
Last year.
Congratulations.
From being open-minded.
Okay. Well, how this working out for you?
Good.
Okay.
When I met my husband, we both read. We both read.
Okay.
We read a lot of books together, and then you can bounce ideas off of each other. And then, like, we learned a lot. Like, one thing I was super, super against, like, to the core of me is, like, male and female friends. I wasn't going for it. Because I dated more hood dudes, and I don't even think, when I had social media, I didn't even open DMs from men. If it was a man, I left him on red. Because I was like, ooh, that's a big no-no. But you definitely can't do that out here. You can't network that way.
What you mean? Hold up. Slow it down. What'd you say?
You can't network being so close-minded, like not talking to nobody.
For sure.
Especially as a woman, and women are not, they're very competitive with each other. And they don't really support each other the way that we should.
Yeah.
I get way more support and opportunities from men than I would from women any day.
And most men ain't looking for nothing.
No. Well, I won't say that.
They looking, but they ain't really forcing the issues. Like,
No.
you got some niggas forcing the issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some niggas just a tribe, but then, okay, I respect it.
But naturally, as you should, you're a man.
Yeah,
I think I
exactly.
would almost be offended if you didn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's expected. That's human nature. And then
To shoot that little shot. Like,
he either gonna help you or he not. And if he don't, next, we'll just keep on rolling.
Yeah. So you think acting, that's your passion or your purpose?
I would say it's my passion.
Is this something you like to do?
I like to do it. I love to do it.
Are you living in your purpose?
I think now more lately I have begun to live in my purpose.
What's that?
Teaching women, or at least trying to, which a lot of them don't want to hear what I have to say. But as much of the knowledge that I've acquired over these last couple years and how peaceful I know I am now, I want our people to get back strong together. And if they could get even half of the peace that I understand now, we could be so much better. Some people listen, some people don't. But knowing that I used to be so close-minded and be one of those rah-rah women, like I understand the whys behind it. So as I know better now, if I can really teach people even a little bit, like I know naturally your life will get better if you're peaceful. There's no way around it.
Do you think like that's dope right there? Do you think like naturally when you have changed for the best and you see shit from a different perspective that you should try to help people change their perspective?
Most definitely.
Yeah, me too. I feel like that too.
You have to. You be doing a disservice.
You just gotta. I think what you gotta do is you gotta give people different ways to look at it without offending them,
That's the
without
hard
telling
part.
them they're wrong. I'm not gonna tell you wrong. I'm just gonna be like, I can see how you would think like that,
Right.
but this how I think. And then if you sit with it for a minute, it is gonna sway, change, or you gonna stick to what you know what I'm saying.
Right.
It's either or, but either way, you know how I think. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. I try to come at it with like almost like a management approach. When I try to talk to somebody, especially a woman, I'll hit her with the good things about her. Then you give them the real truth in the middle, and then give them another good confidence boost in the middle, so they're more receptive to what you have to say.
Hold up, well, how you do it?
You start with the good, you put the truth in the middle, and you end with the good, so they can understand it. They don't feel so attacked with that method.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. So before you like came into your piece, like how were you?
I
Like,
was. Can I cuss on here? I was bitchy. Like I was grouchy.
which made you be that way?
I think the society standards, the way I saw the world from an immature perspective at the time. It took a lot of growth. You know, we're taught these things by our mothers, by the people that are around us, and we think this is the only way the world is. And if you can come out of that, you'll calm down.
Did you shake like traumas that you was holding on to that you didn't know you was holding on to? Did you shake like, like, cause me personally, I feel like we all have issues just being human. I ain't gonna say black people, I'm saying just issues that we make for ourselves inside our mind. Like, it's really not an issue. Like, we make mental issues inside of our own mind because the way you think is what gives you the problem, right?
Right.
Right? Because if you think in the wrong way, you're not gonna be able to focus on work. You're not gonna be able to focus on relationship. You're not gonna be able to focus on your health. You're not gonna be able to focus on shit. So that's an illness,
It really is.
right? So
I-
how do you shake it? Like when you say, cause you had to shake some shit, right? To be this person.
I shake a lot.
How you shake it?
I started reading, and I started changing, which is from other books that I've learned is physically uncomfortable. I would not believe that you could show me one person in this world that doesn't have a trauma or isn't suffering from something. It's
agree.
impossible.
I agree.
Whether it's fidelity, insecurities, any of that, it's impossible. So I started to read more and struggle through some of those things, and then it became easier.
Okay. So what you think this is the question I always ask everybody when they come in. What you think the biggest disconnect between men and women is?
I think the biggest disconnect is now there is a role reversal. People can say what they want. I would never believe that life is supposed to go in any other order other than our men being leaders and our women being followers. And even if I think
That's cold. Go ahead though.
even if
I
I
ain't
think
stopping you.
about how I raised my kids, I noticed, and this is another good thing about if you can quiet the outside noise of the world, you'll find your own thoughts. With my sons, I coddled my sons, and then I taught my girls to be hard. And then if you look at the byproduct of that, like in women today and men today, now we have these super strong, independent women, and we have these soft little boys. So the roles have switched. So now we have masculine women and feminine men, and then we're fighting each other on it. And it has to go back to normal. I feel like almost scientifically, if there's not in my opinion, my perspective, a natural order of the man being the head and the one following, the relationship will almost always fail. And I'll say that because when a woman wants to be more masculine than a man, in my opinion, is naturally probably going to start to pay attention more to the woman who treats him as his position should be, which is a leader.
Church.
So
Do you be talking this shit online and shit? This
Yeah.
same shit? Mm-hmm. And what they be saying?
they how I'm gonna pick me.
What But you already done got picked.
And a lot of people don't know that. And then some of the men will be like, well, why wouldn't you choose a woman to be like that? Because a lot of women want to be so rah-rah. I don't want to be hard. If a war breaks out today, I want to go behind a man. I don't want to be the one standing in the front line fighting because I want to be some strong, independent woman. I want to go behind the man who was put on this earth to lead and to protect.
Yeah.
But we're so worried about y'all's finances, we don't even remember that you guys have leadership skills and protective skills. We just want a bag.
So do you think that if the right woman get with any dude and push behind him, he can be something? If she the right one?
No.
You don't?
I think that if that man doesn't have his own purpose, nobody's going to change him because
That's hard. Nah, that's hard.
because
That's hard. You hard.
if he starts to try and cater to that woman too much, I watch it with people all the time. He's gonna fall off because instead of his
Look.
I don't mean that in a that's
No, that's literally and whatever the fuck however you said. That's both ways.
For sure.
He's gonna fall off mentally, he's gonna fall off spiritually, emotionally,
financially,
physically, in every way.
It literally can't be that, and that's why it's so important to which I used to. I remember older women would tell me all the time, "Man, you gotta love yourself." I'm like, I love myself. I thought I did. I didn't. I was dressing myself up in nice things to love my outward self, but until I love my inward self, I knew I can't depend on my husband to make me happy. I want affirmation.
Yes.
I want love. I want protection. But if I need him to constantly only focus on purely my happiness, how we gonna eat? Unless I want to
Man,
get
run
up and I
that
wanna
back.
work.
Hold up, run that shit back. For the people in the, how they say it? For the
For the
people.
people in the back.
For the people in the back, run that back, please. You say what?
If I depend on him completely to cater to me whole with everything he has, we're not gonna eat. Unless I want to get up and I want to go be in his position. And again, now we're flipping the roles again. And now I'm so masculine and I got to handle all this business. I'm going to lose respect for him. And then he's going to want to be validated by somebody else who treats him as such.
Damn. So, who wrong in this situation these days? First of all, how did we get here?
I think it started a long time ago. I think as women got so proud, I don't know when we went on this let's be a strong, independent wave. And I'm not telling any woman to be a dependent woman. Being independent is great because sometimes we have to survive.
Yeah.
But as we begin to breed all, the city girls and, all these strong, independent women, now we're raising our kids backwards, I guess you could say. I understand why they do it. Again, that's why people are like, well, why should I listen to you? I get it. I've done it. I understand it. But you're throwing off nature's balance. It's not going to work.
I agree.
That's where it started.
What's some of the weirdest shit you see? Like, damn.
You know what I started to observe when I moved here is narcissistic women. I didn't even know that was a thing. And I hate that term because it's thrown around so loosely. But I see these women who are so inflated with themselves and how they blame men for everything. Everything. And I'm like, if you want a girlfriend, then get you a girlfriend. But you can't expect a man. He can't be the fault for everything. And I tell people too, if you go past just your relationships, a lot of women think, or people blame their problems and their anger on their past relationships. But if they just shimmy on back a little further to how they were raised in the environment they were raised in and their mother-father dynamic, they'll probably see where their trauma came from. It's usually not necessarily always your past relationships. You got to go back. You got to go back to like 1 to 7 or 1 to 11. And what did you observe during that time frame? What was your mom and your dad's dynamics or the people around you? That's how you learn to deal with relationships in the first place.
Yeah.
It ain't that man's fault. Like your mama taught you how to be this rah-rah honcho woman, and now you don't respect the man that's in your house. That's why your relationship is failing, not because of that man. I ain't saying every man is like the best man, but you got to go further back. Further back.
Damn. So how do we fix it?
We first of all need to learn to stay together. But I'll say before you even get together, you need to analyze the person that you're with, which is hard because people can put a mask on for so long. They really can. But if you find yourself like in a rabbit hole catering to your partner all the time, then that's not the person for you. But most of the stuff can be worked out, because there's not a relationship that I haven't been in that hasn't been very similar to the last. Like I'm gonna get with somebody new. We're gonna go on the same vacations. We're gonna go on the same place to eat. People look for this magical partner that checks all these boxes, and you're not gonna get all 10. And once you realize that, you probably be more inclined to stay with what you got. We have to stay together. We have to stay together, build our community back up with our units, and then it'll start to regulate.
So, have you ever been in a space where you couldn't really hear what people were saying? Like
Yeah.
you can only hear what you're saying.
For sure.
I think that's what's going on. Me personally, I think what's going on is a lot of people is not even, because a lot of people come on here and they say communication. You could communicate with a person, but if they're not hearing you, y'all not.
If they're not comprehending, right?
Yeah. It's like
It's pointless.
Yeah, it's pointless.
You could come with straight facts all the way from the top to the bottom, but if that person is not able to comprehend what you're saying, it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
It won't go nowhere.
Damn.
So that will be another thing you would have to observe when you're dealing with like a long-term partner before y'all decide to get somebody pregnant, because you really need to analyze people a little bit more. Take the superficial out for a little bit.
How did you know the dude that you got with him married? How did you know he was like? Is he the one? Or you got to say he the one, but how did you know he was the one?
It sounds super, super cliche, but when I first saw him, I literally text my friends from Florida. I was like, I just found my husband. I'm a hyper person in nature, and he calmed me all the way down by doing nothing. He talked slow, he walked slow, and I felt very soft and feminine and protected, and I didn't even know him. And it stuck. I think we dated. I respected his honesty. We dated for a year. He would not be officially. He's like, no, I'm not ready. So we just dated, kicked it. I traveled. And then I would say a solid year after we were just dating around, we was like, okay, we can be officially in a relationship. We'll be exclusive. And then 6 months after that, he proposed.
That's dope.
I was with somebody for 13 years, and that ain't work.
Why? What happened?
I guess, well, he was a dog.
What's a dog?
He was a big cheater. I think I caught him cheating about every 3 months. Even when I was pregnant, he was sending out dick pictures.
How you catch him?
I would take his phone to work. Things I would never do now. I'll check a phone. I'll wait till that snore kicked in real good.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
Exactly.
That's torture, right?
Now that I'm grown, I don't even want to touch my phone. My husband leave his phone, Your phone ring.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
You can have it.
Because I'm already fuck with you. What I'm finna go in there and see some shit. Like, I tell you trying to break up.
Right.
Like, you get in my phone, like, you just want to leave. Why is you going through my phone? You want a problem?
And that's what I know now, too. So psychologically, if I'm already in the space where I got to go through your phone, or I feel like I need to go through your phone. I need to
go and just leave you alone.
Because even if I don't see nothing, I'm going to just say, oh, you deleted it. Or if I find something that ain't nothing, I'm going to blow it up.
Yes.
And fact of the matter is, I know I'm probably not ready to go. What I want you to do is spoon feed me what I want to hear so I can find a reason to stay and we can do this again in 3 months. Like, it's just psychological torture.
Yes, psychological
So now,
torture.
baby, you can keep that phone.
I don't even care.
Right. I got a good life.
I don't feel like, yeah, exactly.
Don't have nobody sending me no DMs, baby. I don't care.
This is what it is. Like, you can't micromanage it. Like I say, some of these women are in the wrong business. Like, these people collect data, and they are researchers. They're not in the right business.
I got a homegirl that knows if her man following count go up. I'm like, how do you know? And she'll know who the new person was. I don't have that much energy anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you just done cracked the code on me. Like, motherfucker just crack your code. Like, know everything. Like, your blood pressure when you motherfucker know you know what I'm saying?
She needs something to do. That woman needs something to do.
Yes.
Now I got too much to do to be worried about what you got going on.
Yeah, real shit. Real shit. So how do they get there? Like, tell the young, you say you be trying to help them, help them.
I said, pick up a book. I remember I was on set with these two girls. I was like, look, you should read these books. Just check these 2 books out for your own self. She's like, I'm not reading that. I'm like, just put it on the car, put it on Audible, put it on YouTube. Literally, there's so much knowledge. And the more books that I began to read, they're all saying the same thing in different tones. Literally. So you got to figure there's got to be some science to it. And I mean, everything is all the same. And that's why I say no matter what, you're going to go through the same thing with a different person. I guess as long as he ain't having no babies and giving you no STDs or beating you up, just relax. Because you're going to get with another man, he going to do the same. You going to do the same thing. Or another woman. It don't change. People don't. There's a couple different types of people. You're not going to get.
So hold on. So you saying basically you gonna go through something.
It's impossible to not. Literally. Show me one person who has not ever had a relationship problem. Not one. I don't believe it. You couldn't tell. I would.
Now, I know some niggas.
He lying.
He
It doesn't have to
lying.
be fidelity. It doesn't
He
even have to
lying.
be a fidelity issue.
What you mean?
Well, it could be y'all are either fighting about finances, how you raise your kids, religion, or
Time, something, yeah.
or infidelity. It's not. It's impossible. We're humans.
You think all men cheat?
At some point. And it really depends on what your definition is cheating. I just saw a new post. There's a micro cheating now. I'm like, I ain't know. Now we got micro cheating. If you say micro cheating, everybody cheating. So I have thought about that a lot. And I was like, okay, Amanda, if your husband cheat on you, what you gonna do? And I'm like, well, in my opinion, you got two options. I can either stay single for the rest of my life or pray him bring me no STDs or a baby. I'm not okaying nobody to cheat. I would hope and pray, and I don't want him to. But as I observe the human nature of a man, and with all the men that I talk to,
Nigga gonna get some pussy. Real shit. Nigga gonna, that shit just fucked up.
and I hope, I say I don't want him to. I hope he don't.
It fucked up. I know three niggas out of 5 billion that I kinda believe.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, bro, y'all nigga can't be on. You know?
Or even if you don't go that far, you're gonna get the flirty text messages. Because fact of the matter is, at some point, I'm gonna piss my husband off, and I could transition into a masculine state. Men don't want to be with a masculine, super dominant woman. It doesn't make y'all feel good. You're not supposed to be in that space.
Yeah.
So that's why some women be like, oh, he cheated on a girl that was uglier than me or made less money than me. You know why? Because she probably asked that man, look, what kind of cream you want in your coffee while you done sent the man at the house with an attitude, or he's got to come home to an attitude. It's not fair, but it's the dynamic of life.
That's the truth. That's the truth. You cracking the code, yeah, they gonna say you'll pick me because you saying too much real shit. Like, how did you get to that point? Because you didn't always think like that.
I think especially what opened my eyes.
Like,
So when
you standing on business.
When I was in Florida, I was very green, I guess you could say. I went to the beach, went to work, came home. I didn't really deal with people. Then I came here in the Marstat networking, and I meet people and I learn people, and I will watch. I like to watch people in their natural habitat. And again, I read it and I just look at men and the biology of you guys. It's not any different than saying how emotional a woman is. You can't take our emotions away. We gonna trip. And that's usually what makes us cheat. That's when we feel invalidated. But the sooner, I tell people, if you live in the delusion, you will get real mad at like real life results.
Hold up, say it again.
If you live in the delusion, like if you think that this is not what it is, and then you get a real life thing happens, you're gonna be mad because you're living in something that's not true. The sooner you accept what is reality and what is facts, then you can expect a factual outcome and it won't hurt as bad, or you wouldn't know how to deal with it. But you believing that you are this super person and nobody's ever gonna disrespect you, you're gonna be disappointed every time. You're gonna break your own heart.
I agree.
It sucks, but what you gonna do?
I agree. This shit, it's a cold world out here, man. But I guess what? I gotta tell every woman that come on here who disagree with what you're saying, and everything you're saying is like, damn, it's crazy that a woman think like this. You know what I'm saying? Well, because I know a lot of women that think like this, but it's crazy that a woman is brave enough to say that she's think like this. I think all women think like that.
They gotta know to a certain degree.
Yeah, they know.
It's easier to be a victim and be rah-rah and be hard. It's comfortable, right? Like changing your perspective in your mind is physically uncomfortable to do.
Yes.
It's easier to believe what you want to believe.
Yes.
But you can trick your mind into believing whatever you want. So I get it. I just don't want to be like I'm a magical girl. I'm the baddest bee in Atlanta now, and nobody's ever gonna hurt me or disrespect me. And now my heart broke and I'm down bad because I had this super inflated sense of self and I thought I had super good coochie and I can cook good, so I'm not gonna get played. That is not reality. It's not.
That's not reality. What's reality?
The most I believe you can do for a man is pray for him and be as peaceful as you can with a little bit of emotional control. At least a purposeful man, I would say. Because I'm not saying not every man deserves that. At some point, if he can get his life together, he can. But for like a self-made man, there's really not a whole lot you can do for him. Cooking, anybody can cook. Everybody got a coochie. We can form our bodies to look however we want to do. Superficially, you can do whatever you want, but that don't
You can
keep
build a bitch. I be telling you niggas, like, you can
literally
make a bitch with nothing.
from
Like,
scratch. Get you a 7, a 6. You can make her a 10
you can make a 4 or 10.
for sure.
You can make a 14. You can make a 3, a tray. If she got an eye, you can turn a tray to a 10, bro. This shit is crazy. You ain't gotta do nothing. Put a little, like, put in the paint shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, man. This shit crazy, man. So I understand, like, and all women want the same type niggas.
And this what I say too. If I want me 6-foot man, couple $100,000 a year, faithful, and the more money he got, good luck. But nonetheless, every woman I know want that same man. So we are already at a disadvantage, which women don't understand. If that man loves you, girl, be happy, because everybody wants that man. And fact of the matter is we're nurturers. Like, we want to cook for you and clean the house and do all that. So a woman waiting for your position is more likely than a man wanting your man's position.
She gonna try to be a genie.
Everybody is. And
Yeah.
opposed to a man thinking that they want to replace your man. Don't nobody want to replace your man. That man wants some coochie.
Keep him.
Right.
Yeah, keep him.
That's what he gonna tell you
Yeah,
too.
keep him. Nah, he good. That fam. Keep
Y'all-
fam.
Y'all got
Yeah,
options.
don't be man, you need it, man. Take him out.
You zip your pants up, baby. Make sure you work that out when you
Take
get
him
home.
out. Here, take him out. Here, he go 200-300. Take that nigga out. Keep him.
Yeah. Y'all got more options than we do. Way more.
Good options too.
Yeah. Because most women we're nurturers.
Nah, that shit fucked up. That's why I told a nigga, I said this on Big Facts Friday one time. I was like, and they disagreed with me. I say, a king can lose his queen and walk outside and find another queen like that. It's gonna take that queen a minute if she lose a king to find
Facts.
another king.
Most definitely.
I wouldn't give a damn what you say. That shit just don't happen every day. You can meet a queen today.
For sure.
Like, I can leave out here right now, like, damn, I'm trying to tell you don't divorce me, man. Tomorrow is voila.
Yeah.
That shit that easy, bro. I'm just telling you, like, good woman, that all she missing is me. It's too many of them out here. That's what niggas know, like, it's too many.
And that's the thing. The women are naive to think that men don't really know that.
Niggas know that.
Right.
All niggas know that.
That's why on that video.
That's why niggas be like, excuse me, I ain't cutting you out. That's why niggas be like, but I ain't going for all that.
And you know what? I have to be honest with you. I will say, if my husband wasn't that way and he is, he's like, you're either on the train or you off. Because fact of the matter is, we're in Atlanta with beautiful, beautiful black women. These girls got a bag. That I got kids. Some of these women don't have no kids. I came over there and really started messing up the house and running up the light bill.
Yeah.
Like, you could do without that realistically. Like, you got to understand your position.
You cold. Go ahead.
It sucks, and that made me actually. And you know what? That's when I had to pick up some more books.
So you appreciate him.
For sure, because fact is, he don't have to be. We're out here alone. I know.
What do I need you for, basically? You said a nigga.
And it sounds bad, and people hate
That's
when I
the truth.
say that. But people, and I don't. I'm trying to figure out how to get this with my daughters.
See?
You're not special. You are, but you're not.
Oh
You're
my
special,
God.
but you're not special. Like, there's
my God.
there's too many of us, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. But the fact
That's the truth.
between the men that are already married, the ones that are in jail, the ones who don't like coochie, it's
Oh my
not
God.
that many of y'all. But women, we're everywhere, and we can all cook and clean.
Good
We
ones.
can't, and it ain't nothing to the little YouTube video. I couldn't cook before I met my husband, and I think the love changing. Now I be in there on a little machine. How many scoops you put in here? Like but somebody has to feel, unfortunately, in my opinion, too, a little bit inferior to the other person, and it usually is the woman, because if nobody's afraid to lose the relationship, then you're gonna throw your weight around. So yeah, I gotta keep myself together.
I'm gonna have to put that one out first. I ain't bullshitting. You saying the truth.
I don't mean it in a way, because
It's not in a way. It's what it is. It's a
I
harsh
had this
reality.
conversation with my mom, and she was so mad. She was like, "So you don't think you're special?" I said, "Mom, that's not what I'm
You
telling
are special.
I'm a to me, in my world, in Amanda's world, I am her, honey. But unfortunately, we're in the real world, and there's 100 of me. Ain't no 100 of me, but there's 100 of other
And
women
other people,
who
from
will do
other people's perspectives, it's millions of you.
For
Like that's
sure.
why I always tell my niggas who like it's crazy, bro. I just you know what I'm saying. I got in a relationship real young, and we just hold on to it.
You have to, because
Like
for what you
6
gonna
years.
do? Because
But I know personally, and she know, and everybody knows, there are women that are. What I was about. Let me make sure I say this shit right. She know and I know that what the fuck? It's just too easy, bro.
it is.
It's too easy. It's too easy. It's like it's sad almost. It's too easy because everybody want the same type of nigga. Like, cause don't nobody want the other type of guys. Like, what's wrong with that?
I don't know.
That's the difference. See, we can't speak to like the masses, like we speaking to everybody. You know what I'm saying? This is our perspective from the world we live in.
Right.
Right?
I don't know. I think that I think some women think that they're gonna have this easy life with this good looking man, this man with money, honey. It gets harder, because everybody wants your man, and if he is not a controller of his penis, women just throw themselves. They throw themselves. That's just what they do, because they want to be taken care of and kept. But I don't think, and I think the women think they want that type of man until they actually get that type of man and realize what comes with that man is you're not gonna get the time that you want, especially if he's out there getting money. You're gonna be dealing with a whole bunch of mess. You gotta lock in with your partner, because women ain't the way. We don't control our emotions. We be around here cheating anyway. As soon as you don't tell me I'm beautiful or kiss me in my forehead before you leave the house, I'm gonna feel some type of way, and now I'm gonna get on Instagram and see all these dudes in my DMs. Like, we don't have as women enough emotional control. It's hard. I be struggling.
You do? What's the shit you do to like control it though?
I have to pause for a minute, and then I have learned to analyze, especially if my hormones are off or my cycle is coming on, is the worst. And I really be tripping. Like, once you realize you have to differentiate between your emotions and your hormones, which is not easy, at least for me. But if you can get those two under control, it'll give you a step back, and you have to keep into perspective, what are the options? I can go out here and get hunched on because I don't feel good, or I could just chill, relax, keep yourself together. Just what?
Go get hunched on.
That's it.
That's all it gonna be.
That's it. If I had to look through my messages now, it ain't probably one person in my DMs that want to take care of me.
What they want to do?
I look like some fun, especially on the internet. I look like a good old time. That's it.
A ride.
You gotta know
a
that.
rodeo.
You have to
a rodeo
know.
ride.
You have to know
You
that.
just want to see.
And then boom.
I'm tall enough. They want to get on that ride.
And now I'm conquered, and then my value is down here now, especially in the industry that I like being in, like this industry. Like, once you give up the coochie cat, honey, nobody's gonna deal with you. They're gonna tell your homeboys, yeah, I hit that. It ain't.
I'm gonna tell the women something, like, just me personally, like, most of the niggas I know, like, like, you really be into these people before you have sex with them. Mm-hmm. It's like, soon as you nut, soon as you nut, it's like, this shit get different. Like, I've been doing all this, I ain't even capping. Like, I don't know what it is. Post-nut clarity. I'm saying, it's like, soon as you nut, a nigga come to his sense, especially if he got a girl.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if he got a girl, I could be dealing with you and we cool. But as soon as I hit you or take you out, whatever, I'm just cheating with you. As soon as I nut, nigga go to feeling guilty and all kind of shit. Like,
I miss my baby.
bro, I'm tripping. I don't want this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't even that good anyway.
This shit probably was amazing, but still, I don't know. For some reason, women look different after you fuck them. Like, It just be like, did I really want that?
Yeah, no.
That shit fucked up for women, bro. It's too many.
Yeah.
It's too many, bro. It's too many women. I understand women about to say they just gonna be single, bro. I can really understand that and just have fun or whatever it is they gonna do. I don't know what to tell them to do. Use the roles. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you have to make a real agreement with yourself that I can't take this shit personal.
Yeah.
I don't think you can take this shit personal because it is what it is. And I don't know. I don't be want to say the wrong shit. Cause my perspective fucked up.
What is it? What? Say it.
It's just like a lot of these women living in a false reality.
This is what I'm
A
saying.
false reality. Like they'll come on here and be like, if a man ain't gonna win, what a man that you seen do that, what you talking about?
I would love to
Ever. Is your dad that?
Right.
Was your granddad that? Is your brother that? Is your cousin that? Is any man you know that guy that you're speaking of?
Right. You can get close, but you're not gonna get everything, honey. You're gonna suffer in some degree.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't like when I'm speaking, I ain't speaking on niggas just only cheating. Like, let's clear that up. I'm saying like anything else that women be their deal breakers and shit.
Yeah.
He gotta be perfect.
He not there.
You seen a perfect nigga before?
Never. And won't until I get called home to the good Lord. He's not here.
But I ain't even never seen a perfect woman. So
Definitely not
like
that.
women gotta understand to me. Like a lot of women, not all, like and we're gonna clear it up. A lot of women just can't see themselves outside of how they wanna view themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That makes sense. What I
That
just
makes
said?
sense.
Like, this how I want to see myself, so this is who I am. No, it ain't. I'm looking at you too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's sad. We could be stronger if we just I don't know, we're too self-absorbed.
I
And
don't know. I
I'm
don't
very
say all
pro
men cheat,
woman.
though.
Like people when I make my content, people are like, "Oh, I'm like, "No. It goes both ways." Yes, it does, but that's not what I'm talking about right now because realistically, if women understood how much power they had in their feminine energy, we could really get whatever we
That's
wanted.
true.
We could
That's true,
have
because a nigga his conscience start getting, like, I love if you playing tough. If you playing tough, that means, okay, we on the same level. So I'm tougher. You get what I'm saying? That's all we're doing. We just build an ego. If your ego up here with mine, I'm going to show you it can never be up here with mine. I mean, then you can't even live long enough to do the shit I'm going to do.
Yeah.
That's just how niggas look at it. So it's like, I'm talking about like inside of a relationship. So if you're a woman that's acting tough, but if you can make a man feel like he don't want to do certain shit off your energy. Like I can't even do it like that.
I was
I
looking
can't even do it like that. I'm just being real. Like you got some niggas that if you in a relationship, like you said, it's power in your feminine energy.
you can get whatever you want.
Yes.
I know I
I
can
agree with
probably
that.
get whatever
Totally.
I want. Men have a hero complex.
Yes.
Scientifically, psychologically.
Yes.
I was listening to one lady. She said, if that man wants to teach you something, if you already know it, shut up and let him show you. I can know how to hang up some blinds, but I'm gonna be like, oh baby, you're doing a good job. You have to make that man you make him feel good.
Yes.
And he gonna walk around like he the man, he gonna feel good, then you gonna feel good, and you will. I was talking to one girl, I'm like, if you just shut up and lose your attitude, you can really get what you want. I promise you can. It's not hard.
In facts.
I mean, he can show me 100 times. I could probably do better than he did. Baby, you doing a good job. That look real good up there.
Perfect.
You so strong.
Shit, cricket head.
I'm gonna fix it when he go to work.
Nah, but that's real shit though. You can get a lot inside of your feminine energy though, for real. Cause that's all a man, that's all a man want is to feel like, okay, you're a woman.
Yeah, he has to have. That's his
Yeah.
purpose is to be a protector and a provider. You take that from them. What is he?
Facts. But is these just our facts? Is this just our perspective? Because do you sometimes think like, am I tripping?
So I would think that, but one thing I guess you could say from my perspective is internally, I'm happy. Some of these women, some people, me stop saying that for these women think I'm crazy. Y'all are suffering. You're suffering for no reason.
Yeah.
You can't really take a lot from me because I don't care about a lot, because I'm not fixated on a lot. There's not a lot that can hurt me because I don't hold on to a lot of worldly things, and I don't hold on to a lot of the world's stigmas. So there definitely are perspectives, but if some people would open their mind up a little bit, they'll probably be a lot more happier. And if you operate in happiness and your energy is clean, you will attract. You won't have to chase anything. You will attract. And for like people, I got some homegirls. I need a man. I need a man. I need a man. I'm like, that's why you can't find one, because you're so desperate for one. You're gonna settle for anything, and then all the red flags you don't even see because you want one so bad.
Yeah.
Be peaceful in yourself, and I promise that man will come. I was in my. I just.
Nah, you
bought my
talking
house.
that shit.
I was in my own little world, just happy. The sun was shining, I was good. And then here come this man. And even the people in my life. And understand that even the bad people that you come across are the most beautiful lessons. And that helped me become peaceful too. I would say that's probably one of the biggest components that helped me learn and become peaceful, is even with my ex that was cheating on me real bad. And I wanted to be married so bad, because being married I thought was so cool. I wasn't even ready to be a wife at that point in my life, and I thank God it didn't work. And I learned a lot about myself, and I would not have been a good wife to that man. I wasn't ready. He definitely wasn't ready. So it was painful. I think I lost 40 pounds after that relationship. But I came out the happiest person I had ever been. It was a beautiful thing. I almost say that man saved my life, because I probably would have been a hoe. Like, I probably would have been, because I was so attention seeking. We got together when I was 15.
Yeah.
So I was, at that age, we're trying to figure out who we are. Like, I was very, very attention seeking, and we'll take attention from anybody. And I say God's timing is always good. I want to do acting when I started getting a little bit older in that relationship. And I'm glad I didn't, because I was so gullible. I would have went for anything. I probably would have hit. Boy, listen,
Yeah.
God's timing is good.
Heck.
I learned a lot. And then I grew, and then I came into this space when I was supposed to, with the mind space that I have. And
Nah, I think your perspective is dope. You know, they gonna say any man gonna say that, but I do, cause it is what it is, and that's not even in a relationship. That's with friends too, right?
I don't have a lot of those.
Why not?
Probably because we don't agree with my perspective. I have low tolerance for what's, in my opinion, like stupid shit.
So do you try to push your perspective off on people, or you just push them away if y'all not like minded?
I won't push anybody away, but I'm like, look, if I could tell you how many people, I'm like, look, here, check this out. Read this book. Tell me what you think about it, to open your mind away. But if they start just getting ignorant, I'm like, all right, call me later on. I'm gonna see you later on.
What's the book that, like, the first one? Well, not the first one. What's the book that, like, you'll go back to it every now and then?
The Power of Now.
Okay.
That was good. That and The Four Agreements.
Four Agreement, my favorite book
Top
ever.
2.
That's my top.
And you can go back to that over and
Yeah,
over again.
I listen to it every once a month.
And
I
then
just listen to it.
for people in relationships, I tell them to read Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. Have you read that book? Listen, that book, as far as relationships go, if you couple that with the 5 love languages, those two are so helpful for relationships. For example, I think it helped my relationship a lot when it talks about a woman and her menstrual cycle and what we go through. I think we not wrapped too tight for, I don't care what nobody say. It talks about the patience that you need to have with a woman during that time, because we're so off. So, and then it talks about little things like putting your hand on her leg. And it talks about when men, you got shut down, you go in your cave, we got to give you your space. We don't want you to be that way. We just want to talk. That book is great for couples, but it don't do no good for only. What's that?
What's the name of it again?
Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus.
Okay.
Both people got to read it though, because it don't do you no good to understand it if your partner doesn't. That one's good though, especially for couples. Crazy book.
Nah, that's dope. So you say 4 Agreements. That dope. What you get from that book?
I think it helps you not be offended so much.
Yep.
Like, don't take nothing personal.
Yep. That's how my perspective changed.
Yes. Really?
On just knowing that he could really honestly feel how he's saying out his mouth. You know how I used to be talking to a person, right? Like the person who I used to be having a conversation with you, and I disagree with you, and we disagree with each other, but I'm looking at you like, basically, you gotta know what I'm saying.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying, I'm damn near mad at you because you don't get what I'm saying. But what if you look at life in a totally different lens and this is your perspective?
That's your reality.
That's your reality, yeah. That's how you see this shit. Like even one of them others I think is what is it? As a man thinketh, it was like in your head, you creating the movie, you acting in it, you every part of the movie in your head, and you the star. You Superman in every role.
Right. And you believe it wholeheartedly, and you're gonna base your life on how you think.
They don't go like that. They don't go like that. So I just look at it like this. If I meet a person that I can't just, you know what I'm saying, I see we just always butt head, that means we just have to keep some distance between us.
Right. Which is okay.
Yeah, we just gotta keep
You might
you're just
benefit
not
me
my
in some
kind.
other way. Right. Right.
I can talk to people that I can talk to. Other than that, I can't talk to you unless it's, you know what I'm saying, on a panel or something. I'm gonna go about my way, you can go about your way. I'm not offended because I respect your perspective.
Right.
Because you could think like that. I don't know what triggered you to feel how you feel.
Right. The Queen's Code is good too. I would tell every woman to read that book. That talks a lot about how we self-sabotage our own relationships, which we do.
The Queen's Code.
That one's good.
What's like your go-to, you know what I'm saying, like a date with your husband? Like what would you, like your favorite place that y'all, favorite thing to do together?
If I could get in the bed and turn on Law and Order and eat some Debbie cakes, baby, that's all I need. That's my favorite spot. I like going out. It's cool, but I would rather be at the house. I love being at the house. Send the kids downstairs.
That's dope.
Send the
That's
kids
dope.
downstairs.
So 13-year relationship, what happened in that? You said what happened?
He was just a cheater, but in retrospect, I was young. He was young. All his family, all the men, he had a big family. All the men they were all like heavy cheaters. He ain't know no better.
So what? So that's how it went wrong. Y'all broke up because of cheating. And y'all growed apart. What happened?
He kept cheating, and I remember telling him in the car. I said, if I bring the good Lord into it, baby, it's over with. I remember telling him, I said, if you cheat on me one more time, I am leaving you. And then of course he got drunk. I slid it. He used to sleep with his phone in his pocket. Well, when he was snoring, I knew he wasn't away. But I slid his phone out his pocket. Some girl said, I wish you could have stayed and watched the movie with me. And I was like, oh, okay, this over with. So I told him he had to leave. And then he's like, well, I'm not leaving. I said, well, if you don't leave, I'm going to leave. And then we split up. Couple of years later, I moved out here. We like this now. We got kids. We're best of friends. Great co-parents.
He still be saying the slick shit like, girl.
Nah, he got a girlfriend now.
He used to.
Of course, I'm a vibe.
All right now, girl. All right now. Nigga say shit while your husband there. All right now. What that mean? But all right now, yeah. Nigga say some little shit just don't sound like that, but you know what it be. Yeah.
He's pretty respectful.
Nah, that's dope though. Nah, and congratulations on, you know what I'm saying? Cause it's hard out here to get married. And how long y'all been married?
Only a year.
But y'all been together like total what?
3 years.
Okay, well that's dope.
I ask God, and I hate to say things. I'm like, God, please don't humble me. Like, I don't want to ever be telling anybody the wrong thing. But I try to keep an open mind. I try. And people think, it was one girl I was listening to, people think they want to be married. Marriage is not easy.
Nah, hell nah. It's damn near, it's damn near like, it's really meant, especially in this day and time, like this social media shit. The way you could take shit, like I was just saying, like you could take some shit through a text and hold it, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's just too easy to get shit mixed up.
Yeah. The world is literally trying to tear you apart. Because how many marriages are there out here? Everybody wants to pull you away from it. The world is literally trying to tear marriages down.
I agree. Relationships, period.
Yeah.
Friendships, shit.
Because how much you can control people way more when there's not unity. When there's not a man in the household, the whole thing's down and leave. You can make women think what you want, then make men think what you want. You can really tear down, especially our community. Just keep breeding us to be consumers and single mothers, and you'll tear down the black man like that.
Man. When did it first start? What you think?
When did that start?
Yeah, when did just because we said the disconnect been started. When do you think the disconnect started? Like where we went wrong at? Like when men wanted to be women and women wanted to be men. Like where that started?
That wave came out of nowhere for me. I don't know when that started. I don't know when that started at all. I think when they had the big feminist movement and we got hard and then our boys got soft. I was listening to Dr. Umar. Some people like him, some people don't, but he talked about how when they took trades out of school and then dropped off cocaine and HIV and everything and tore down the dynamic back then, and it kind of started to tear us apart. But
That's what he said.
was one of his videos. Was a really, really good video. Now, I don't agree with everything he says, but I mean, if you look at the transition, it seems to be true. If you can keep us apart, we're gonna keep breeding that way. Like if I didn't have a different perspective, I would keep raising my son to be he would be soft. Like if I wanted to be such a strong single mom and I didn't want to take nothing from no man, while I'm over here busting my behind at work, my son is gonna be home with my daughters, and my daughters are probably gonna be putting bonnets on his head, trying to play with him and play makeup, and now I'm raising this little soft little boy because there's not a man in my home, and I'm going in that work because I want to be so strong. Like you gotta put some of that to the side and understand how much we need that structure for our kids. Like even when my husband came around, my son changed. He is a boy. You know what I mean? The male role in especially in our kids' life is way is more critical than the mothers, at least for boys,
I agree.
in my opinion.
I agree.
So I guess maybe when the men stop being in the household so much, but then at the same time, and I never thought, because I am very pro women. Like I say what I want to say, not to condescend women. I say it so we can change our perspective a little bit, self-regulate our hormones, so we can, have these units. But trying to raise some kids by yourself, you're gonna ruin your kids. You're gonna ruin them.
Damn, that's cold. But you're right. You're right. Like a lot of people in relationships, I commend niggas who be like, they together because of them kids. Sometimes you gotta stay together because of them kids.
But I've met some women, especially recently, and I never thought I would say it, or I could say why men say fuck them kids. And they
Me too.
Oh my, I never thought. Because I'm like, you should always fight for your kids. No, you should. You should, but you shouldn't. Because I've seen some women terrorize their kids' dads, put them through hell. And it sucks, especially for the kids. But I've watched them do it, and I'm like, if I'm looking at it, if I was a man, I'm like, I wouldn't no.
If you can get through it, do it. But if you can't, you can't. I ain't know what I'm saying. But I just think it's, like you said, just so important to be around them boys. It's too important because if a single mother, she gonna try to do what she can, but a single bitter mother,
Never. I've seen some
she
women
gonna fuck that boy up.
raise some good boys, but that is not easy because you gotta look at the dynamic. The mom is gonna be gone. The kid, who knows where the kid's gonna be, and then if you gotta drop your kids off to all these different people, they're getting spiritually fed from all these different people. You can't do it.
No.
We just raising them in a role reversal and just gonna keep repeating and repeating. That man has to be there. We need to be together. People need to be together.
So if you can just give your younger self some advice, like when you first jumped out the porch, when you like finna go out there. You say you go out there till you met old boy. Finna go on out there and shit. It what it is. You could have told yourself something. Like you could look at yourself and tell yourself something. What would it be?
I would say read a book.
That's hard.
I would read a book 100 times over. I put that stuff on my daughter's phone. You listen to these books because you're going to struggle. But if you could just have a little bit of closer to what reality is going to be, you might not struggle as bad.
I be saying that shit all the time, bro. I'm telling you go. I'm going to see the clip. I say this shit all the time, man. They got them folks, that shit in them books.
What is it? What is the saying where they say if you want to keep somebody uneducated, put it in the book. If you want to hide something, put it in the
Hide
book.
it in the book. Yep, that shit in the books.
Um,
And
it's
and it's
crazy.
not like a foreign. It's not like they're
A foreign-
teaching nothing. They're just really.
You got to open your mind up.
No, I'm tell you what they really doing, because you know your mind be open, your mind be closed, but they just what it is confirmation.
Right.
That's all the books be confirmation, because you done felt like you should be doing what they telling you should be doing when you listen to it.
Yeah, but the world has taught you, no, don't do that, don't do that. And it's so much more easier to default into the victim because it's comfortable.
Yes.
It's so uncomfortable to change, but baby, once that chain kicks in, you'll be floating.
The worst shit I like a man can do to me is make excuses.
Yeah.
I hate when women make excuses too, but when a man make excuses, man, I couldn't cause that shit like the worst shit in the world to me. I just didn't do it. I ain't gonna make no excuse. Like if a motherfucker call me and be like, man, why you ain't come, bro? I don't know.
That's hard to do.
I can't make no excuse about nothing. I can't make no excuse. I just didn't do it. I can't say the reason why I ain't do something because somebody else did something or I did this or man, you just didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's accountability.
Excuses is the worst shit that they invented. That shit that killed more nigga than any diseases ever.
Man. He was fed that way. He was taught that way from somebody.
Nah, but yeah, read a book. That's the name of the episode, bro. Read a book.
Man, look, I be wanting to learn more stuff. I'm on the bait of Satan now, which is good. That's good. That'll calm you down too.
What's
I think
that?
The bait of Satan. It deflates your ego a little bit. It's about not being offended by people. Almost similar to the Four Agreements, but on a more spiritual level.
Can you send all the books to Courtney?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's good. Because you be ready to cut. I'm like, all right, look, they don't know no better. Because again, if their perspective is closed, they literally just don't know no better.
What about Atomic Habits?
I ain't ready.
That shit dope.
Is it good?
Yeah.
I'll have to check that one out.
That shit dope. That shit the same. The truth. Like once you create something, that's just what it is. You sticking to some bullshit. Like I say, who's to say our people weren't fucked up? Who we was watching?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
They hadn't read no books. They hadn't tapped into themselves. They was just doing what they knew.
Mm-hmm. And then and we're getting bread off of our parents or our people who's raised us, their life experiences, and not our own. I stopped listening to music for a long time and just put on Audible or
Me too.
YouTube.
I listen to
While you
R&B
in that
and
car?
YouTube.
It'll help you, but it's more fun to get hyped up and listen to the music. Put a book on. Shut up for a minute.
You know that's a form of meditation. Listening to the books, right?
Mm-mm.
It is. You learning and meditating.
It's a good feeling.
It is. That's what I'm saying. 'Cause it's like you be. I have to listen to certain shit. I just listen to every morning. Even like just motivational shit just on the TV. While you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Then get in the car and listen to a book or something. I'm telling you that shit. That shit different. It really do your day different.
Yeah. If you could start with that, I think people could tap more into their success if they could just unwrap what we were taught already.
Cause a lot of times I can be riding around in the car with nothing on. I be tripping like, man, bro, what the fuck wrong with you? Snap out and do something. Turn the radio on. Cause I just be riding in my thoughts. Like you ever do that?
Mm-hmm.
Just catch yourself just riding your thought like, damn, bro, why the fuck? Listen to the goddamn boom, 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 the seat. I don't even hear that shit. My mind fucked up. I don't even hear that shit. That shit just bing, bing, bing. But I appreciate you, Amanda Lee. I think you're really dope.
Thank you.
And I feel like you're going to be huge at anything you do.
Praying for it.
And I feel like your perspective is dope.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations on everything you got going.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate you pulling up.
Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Ooh, I'm stepping on the shoes.
I grew some toes. Appreciate you.
Ooh, hit them socks, baby.
That was dope. You got to come back.
Oh, for sure.
It's a wrap on the Monday, guys.
This is a Big Facts Network exclusive.